Hello and welcome to CAD-CAM TV. In this video, we're going to take a look at a new add-on called Mastercam Deburr. Now this Deburr toolpath can be added onto your mill seat or it can be added onto a mill 3D seat. It is a 3D toolpath, however it works really well with 2D parts. And as you can see with this particular part, we have a lot of edges to deburr. So let's kind of dive into the part and take a look at it. As you can see, there's some really sharp edges that we need to deburr, and they're also close to these faces. So as you can tell with a traditional deburring knife, you're going to probably scratch these edges. And there are also a lot of edges to select. Now you could do this with contour, but as you can see, there's a lot of chaining involved as well. So let's look at the toolpath. The toolpath lives under the 3D gallery, and in the 3D gallery at the bottom you'll see a Deburr 3-axis toolpath. It's simple to use, it supports ball end mills, it supports lollipop cutters, and it does support some taper mills. We're going to concentrate here with a ball end mill and quickly show you how to deburr this part. Now the machining geometry is my part, so what I want to do is I just want to select it, and I can triple click on the part, and it will identify auto detect all the sharp edges. Now I can come in here and use a user define and chain the edges that I want, but I'm going to leave that with auto detect. We can also apply avoidance geometry. So if you have a clamp, you have fixturing, you have something in the way that you do not want this to hit, obviously it's all gouge checked and it can gouge check against the geometries. All I really need to do is tell it how much do I want to break those edges. I'll put in 10 thou so we can see it, but probably 5 thousandths would be enough for this part. Tool axis control, not a whole lot of work. It's a 3-axis machine. It's a vertical machine, so my tool plane's coming from the Z axis. Pretty standard linking. I'm just going to tell it to rapid above and retract by 3/4 of an inch. And then my rapid distance, maybe a 1/2 inch, but just some standard stuff there. And that's about all the input that you need to give it. So when I hit the check mark, you can see that it quickly dissected the part and broke all of the edges. Now it also broke these edges here, which I probably don't want to do. So let me just go back into the parameters, and I'll show you here under the cut pattern that I can exclude certain edges. Now, I'm going to exclude all of the edges that are on those chamfers. And I'm also going to use this control click, and as you can see, it just grabs all of those edges on those similar faces. And so we're excluding those edges, bring it back, and as you can see, it excluded those edges. Also, there is some default lead in and lead out, and you can see that, it's a standard, looks like an 1/8 inch radius here. Now, we can tighten that up. Not a whole lot to it. We can come back in here in our linking, and then we can tell it that, I don't want more than, let's say, 60 thou, and I'm okay with a radius as small as 20. And what that'll do is that'll tighten up these edges and probably get the tool a little further down the edge. Now, of course, at some point, the tool's going to hit this wall, and as you can see, it's completely gouge checked. So now let's look at this. This toolpath in motion. Really quick, really simple, completely gouged free. And as you all know, you have to deburr your parts. Let's have the machine do it. So much easier, so much safer. You're not taking the risk of scratching or gouging yourself, right? That's something we want to stay away from. So in the next video, we're going to discuss the same toolpath, but we'll do some undercuts with a lollipop cutter, and we'll also use this on an actual 3D part. Okay, thank you.